up, everybody? It's your boy, the Infinite Dragon here, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I am the Infinite Dragon, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching an archive stream. Be sure to check me out live. Link is always in the description down below, and then be sure to join the Discord. Link is also in there. It will let you know what I'm doing, what's going on in life, yada yada yada. This, that, and the other. Hit subscribe for me. Right off the bat, because it's free. You watch the video. We're on episode 4, so clearly you watched the other 3 episodes. So obviously you came back. You like what you saw, and it's free. But yeah, if you guys start seeing less streams from me, it's because I don't have a fucking job, and I need one of those. So, unfortunately, this does not make enough this doesn't make me enough money for me to do it professionally. So I gotta do what I gotta do. But we will do what we can before I run out of time completely. Yeah? Okay, there we go. Game finally decided to open up. Last time we played this, I didn't realize that we had one more chapter after this. I thought episode 3 was it. We have episode 4, and then that's it until they release the other 3 chapters. So let's go ahead and load in. Hi, Toby. Good morning. Alright. The decision you made in episode 3 bears heavy physical consequences, and a visual reminder of those consequences will follow you for the rest of the game. You can reduce the intensity of this visual reminder or remove it entirely at any point in the preferences. Okay, that sounds like there's going to be a photosensitivity warning, so this is your warning right now. Would you like to see a recap? Just recap episode 3. Recap episode 3 for me. There are 2 possums now. As you're ready to leave, Jenny approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Ryujin, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I've been praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. Such sweethearts, right? Because Rosalina got her fucking leg decapitated. Couldn't happen to nicer people. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Ryujin, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha... I don't know why everyone's southern. Tabitha will just be a minute. Well, if it ain't Ryujin, Bo. This is Miss Scarlet's cousin. He was there with Stella the night in the woods. Pleasure to meet you, sir. My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Hope you've been faring better since all this unpleasantness. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on the right? Tabitha... We hung out with Tabitha. Cousin pulls out the heavy gun. Yep. We saw the mayor dog. We met this dickhead. He looks like a teacher that I had. It's hard to put your finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. Yeah, the pastor man is not cool. A lot of these characters look like people I know, which is concerning, but I guess makes sense. Yeah, we saw him. We tried to eat spaghetti, and then he got sick. He tried to eat spaghetti, then he got sick. There was probably something in here that I should have looked at, but I didn't. It freaked me out a little bit too much, but we're gonna go ahead and continue anyway. Yeah, Reese was not having it. Right, and then we got to see all the ghosties. We're going on a ghost hunt! Alright, we found the hatch. We opened the hatch, and then chaos ensued. I still don't like that. That still scares me. Hello! Hey, Wayne! Fucking the noises, bro. I'm turning the sound down. Jesus Christ. Gross. Right, and here's Charlie Shaw, who got framed. And then Charlie wanted my life because of my Scarlet bloodline. Yeah, Stella dipped out. I'm sure you have a lot of questions after everything you saw and what's happening, but do not let it get. Yeah, I think everyone can use a little rest and relaxation. We swing by the tea room tomorrow. Say early afternoon. You and I can have a little chat, and I'll see you then. All right, cool. Then I fell asleep. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest at the expense of unknown years of your life. The specter of the night's events will linger over you every day you have left, a grim reminder of the price you willingly paid for the crimes of a family you never met. Maybe it'll be easier in the morning. Maybe your joints will ache just a little less than they do now. Maybe you can still right the capsized ship of your broken life. Or maybe things will only get worse from here. Wake up! Grab a brush, put on a little makeup. You open your eyes, it's a new day, and you feel like shit. In the bright morning light, you're finally able to take stock of just how much spirit took from you. Toby, it just occurred to me that you also play Final Fantasy. I will be doing Final Fantasy at some point with Kid. You're more than welcome to join us. You feel dulled, your bones creaky, your soul weighed down with the exhaustion of age. I did what happened to be done. I don't care what happens to me. I made the right decision and I'll do it again. What have I done? I hope this is worth it. This is great. I can't wait to finally be dead. This is great! Can't wait to finally be dead! Life goes on. What happened yesterday, and today is another day. I did what had to be done. Who knows what would have happened had you left that ghost behind faster. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by a buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing okay. Also wanted to ask if you've heard from Stella. Check your messages and there's nothing from Stella. Let's call Stella. Hey, what's up? Just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave me a message or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't... Hold on, can I do that better? The mailbox is full and can't accept messages at this time. Text her. Morning, hot stuff. Hey, I wanted to worry you ran off. Text me as soon as you get a chance. Yeah, text me as soon as you get a chance. Do it for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Haven't heard from her either. Toby, I will for sure be playing, as I spent $10 on that fucking game. Well, 15. And by $15, I mean to renew my season, my subscription. So I have to play it. Otherwise, I'll be wasting money. I'll probably play later, like way later tonight, if you're interested. But I have to shake some rest off. Haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Alright, let's visit the possum. Hello, where'd you guys get bread from? Two possums stare up at you. They both have bread now. That's nice. Hello. They continue to stare blankly up in response. Alright. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can change that. Check the closet. Let's check the closet. Hi, that doll is looking at me now. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point during your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Alright, let's take a shower. You might as well take a shower before... Yep. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The hot rather soothes your ache joints. Despite the state of the bathroom, the shower is a good place. As it rinses your body clean, every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume me. Think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it even now. It'll be back there today. You're sure of it. You're sure of it? That's not mystical? Think about the specter of an early death that now hangs over you. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. I guess that's a good point. If there's fucking spirits, there's definitely an afterlife. Think about Rosalina's shattered leg and nope. Scrub feverishly trying to escape the memories of your skin. Nope. But somebody's warning, worse yet to come. Think about Wayne or whether you're truly ever alone. Think about someone special. Think about finally being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. All of that is a lot to think of, so I'm just gonna sum everything up with the mystical thought. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Just having to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking. This week, of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Does it even matter how the strike plays out? Any resolution would merely treat the symptoms of a disease rotting at the heart of Scarlet Hollow. For things to stand any chance of getting better, there's something deeper you still have to fully uncover. Okay, developers, you see this it's not overprinting, but I can't think of the actual word for it, so overprinting. Right here, you want to fix that. Think about this strike. Talk about this, talk about what happened last night. Have you heard anything from Stella? If their minds are in trouble, you should sell the estate and get out while you can. Honestly, she should do that. She won't do that, but she should. Alright, let's talk about the strike. Do you want me to help smooth things over? I'm pretty good at negotiating. People always ask me to do stuff like this. Yeah, let's see if we can help her out. Wait, do you think that's because you're good at negotiating? Has nobody told me it's because you're... Never mind. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure that that's the sort of thing you'd be able to pull off. Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin, you getting involved would be a great way to throw gasoline on a fire. This is my problem fixed. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral is over. That's what addiction is over there, or here. No, that's not right. So let's start with this. Let's continue with this, rather. Tabitha, if we treat the underlying disease, it won't even matter. If we don't treat the underlying disease, it won't even matter who wins. Don't worry yourself about this little rabble. They won't last long, trust me. Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any of them are in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. Probably should have seen this coming. Alright, let's just go back to that. Talk about what happened last night. So, ghosts are real. Still can't get over that. I can. What does that actually change about anything? You're a Scarlet, you were probably going to die young anyways, and I still have a mind to run. I don't really care if she regrets it or not. I didn't think making a deal with the ghost would feel so physically bad. I thought it was making a metaphorical trade. Yeah, because I didn't realize they were gonna like literally age me up. I thought they were just gonna be like, oh yeah, you're gonna die now sooner. You have no one to blame for this but yourself. I wanted to leave. You refused. Who just goes and makes a deal with an angry ghost? Why would anyone do something like that? Because it wouldn't have been fixed, my friend. Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. That's fair. She'd still be able to get a hold of her and say like everything's fine or not. If the mind's in trouble, you should just sell it and sell. I mean, should I say that? Do I care? Fuck it. Tabitha bristles. I'm not giving up like that. This is the Scarlet Mine. I'm not just gonna cash out on our family's legacy. I'm bringing the mine back to life one way or another. Should probably get going then, right? Yeah. I've done it long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you're in trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down. She's wearing boots down the hall, and she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. I don't like PB&J, so I'm gonna move on from that. You head to the front door and begin to trek down your town. Begin your trek to town below. Hello. There are several ditchlings here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there anyone hiding? 6. There are 6 here. The birds sound different today. Muffled like your ears are full of cotton. The dull sun shines down on the surrounding wilderness, seeming to wash the color from the world. But you're adjusting. Already, your body's starting to accept the change that has come over it, to accept that this is how things will be from here on out. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, and the feeling reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. Avery. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making his way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. They don't say anything about your appearance, but you can see them take you in, the light of day revealing your new features clearly for the first time. They smile. Clearly, they like what they see. You doing okay? The ghost may have stolen my youthful good looks, but it couldn't take my hotness. The bone structure can never be laid low by mere aging. I think the spirit's taking a piece of me, but that's all. It's gone, but I'm still here. I'm old now, my bones hurt. You know, aging like this isn't too bad. I'll manage just fine. I regret what I did. I should have just left it there. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'm here for a good time, not a long one. Glad to hear you're coping well, though. Don't go throwing yourself at too many life-stealing entities from the beyond. We just started getting to know each other. How do you feel now that the day is new? How do you feel now that it's a new day? Possession is the sort of thing that can leave a mark on a person's soul. Have you heard? Yeah, let's talk about Stella. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. The ditchlings are everywhere now, even though it's daytime. It returns to survey the tree line. I noticed on my way out. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them with their scrunched up little Sharpay faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're bad omen or something, but are they dangerous? None of them has hurt us so far. They're not gonna eat me if I take the wrong turn, right? You need only fear what they foretell. Okay, cool and ominous, as long as being eaten alive isn't on the table. Unless they're foretelling a zombie invasion or something with werewolves, in which case I guess I'm still stuck with being eaten alive, huh? Yeah. How are you now that's a new day, man? Aw, thanks for asking about my state of my soul. I appreciate that. I'd be lying if I said it didn't have an impact. Kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually. But hey, that's part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. And I'm kind of thrilled about that my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal drama. Avery's a little bit of a thrill seeker. How is this different from the other option? I'm great. With something like possession, I kind of feel like there are more upsides than downsides. Really? There aren't a lot of people who out there who can say they've been through something like that, and it's a pretty cool badge of honor as far as I'm concerned. That's the same thing. Maybe that meant to take away an option. I don't know. If it's okay with you, I was kind of hoping to have some time to myself right now. Let's head to town. Go down, go down, go down. Hey, let me see you go to town. Go down, go down, go down. Isn't long until you find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Ryujin, you made it, and you picked up Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. That's gotta be a JoJo reference. I was looking at the achievements earlier, and there was a Yami Yugi fucking achievement. Yeah, so, definitely a reference to JoJo. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted, and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week I've had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. Wait, Stella's missing? Yeah, I thought Ryujin would have already told you. Neither of us have been able to get a hold of her since last night. Oh, shit, I hope she's okay. Mega! Liquid! How you guys doing? How's everyone doing today? Release the Kraken. That's a good rating message.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking infinite?
Hero, thank you for the resub. Alright guys, well, I am the Infinite Dragon. We are playing Scarlet Hollow. We are on episode 4. This game is super mega creepy. Since you guys are coming here for the first time, I'll give you guys a quick recap of what's going on. So what's going on is, I have come out to this lovely small town in the middle of bumfuck nowhere to, I think it's in North Carolina, for a funeral of my aunt. Pearland Scarlet. So, we came down here, and then a bunch of fuck shit started going on. Such as cryptids everywhere by the name of ditchlings. I met a ghost. The ghost possessed all my friends to perform a little puppet show on how my family wronged him, and destroyed the coal mine. Thanks for the lurk Fs. And, in order to appease the ghost, I gave him some of my life force, meaning I am now physically old. And now one of our friends is gone. So, and with that, we continue. Oh, he redeemed hydrate. I will take a sip of my tea then. Heard Hero was a disappointment, so you two broke up. That was the best thing that ever happened to Hero. You're stylish as always, even the morning after being trapped in a nightmare round. Yeah! Say that. I do like the whole entire goth in mourning thing. Still, may or may not be able to do with that that hat, but she rocking it. If he's the better father, he takes me to McDonald's. You are stylish as always, even in the morning after being trapped in a nightmare realm. That's really nice of you. Picking outfits is an important part of my morning ritual. It helps me get out of bed on tough mornings. Like this one. I can't believe I'm talking about fashion while Stella might be in trouble. Thanks though, you're sweet. Okay, do you still think there could be a rational explanation for this? About her being missing? Oh no, about in general, because she's a bit of a skeptic. Rational, sure. Rooted in reality, that until a few days ago I thought was devoid of all magic and supernatural shit? No. Ghosts are real. They can suck you into an illusionary dimensions and puppet your body like a fleshy marionette. Next thing you know, we'll find out that there are secret societies of warlocks running the country or that angels are real or some shit. You don't even go to McDonald's anymore. That's why I want to move back to Infys. Face it, Hero, I'm the better daddy. You gotta admit, it's kind of thrilling, isn't it? Anything could be possible. Who knows what the new day holds for all of us? Don't say that. I'll say whatever I want. It would be a little more thrilling if it weren't terrifying. All the magical stuff we've found so far just want to hurt us. By the way, guys, everyone who came in the raid who's not already following, did you know that the follow button is free? If you're watching this on YouTube, did you know that the subscribe button is also free? We need magical being that's on our side. We're all the magical girls when you need them. Jesus Christ, why can't I speak? Yeah, so unfollowing is also free. Undoing a lot of things is also free, hero. But you just resubbed, so you already spent your money. And I'm not giving you a refund. Maybe my mystical powers will finally awaken into something more proactive. That's a good thing to say. I hope mystical... So, what I really like about this game is that you have, at the beginning of the game, you got to choose certain stats to give you certain dialogue options, and I chose mystical, which basically allows me to be psychic, and that's really cool. The divorce was not free. I'm sick of just unwillingly channeling spirits and knowing when something bad is gonna happen. Maybe magic doesn't just awaken, though. Maybe you need to find someone to teach you how to use it. Hey, where's your mom, Kanika? Isn't it obvious your mom's the witch, Kanika? How else can you explain her rescuing all that last night? My mom? No way. She's just a new age crystal and herbs lady. She's a witch. I mean, she couldn't be, right? I mean, after last night, anything's possible. And she did rescue everybody from a ghost dimension. Is someone manning the general store? We'll be going looking for Stella. She's supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she finally says... Yeah, let's go talk to your mom. Ma'am's a witch. Her mom is absolutely a witch. Sybil is she's a goofy character, but as in terms of like her writing, she's very cryptic and whatnot. But I really like her. She's cool. I'm supposed to see your mom something. Yeah, okay, no, I just read that. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she shouldn't have already told us last night. Maybe she's gonna reach her fortune. Maybe I should add... I gotta find my tarot cards, but maybe I should add tarot cards as a redeem for everybody. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going on for her. Yes, maybe I should stop making fun of our whole new age mystic thing. A lot's happened the past couple days. Okay, let's get started. I don't want to waste another minute. Where to first? Let's go to Stella's house first. Naomi, you're a friend. You get the benefit of just asking for a reading whenever you want. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. Gimme. I gotta find my cards first. You gotta give me a while. I haven't unpacked fully from when I moved in last September because I fully plan on moving out, so I haven't unpacked everything. I gotta find my cards first. Right. So right here, right now, utilizing friends benefits. So I read that wrong. I read friends with benefits, and I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. You make your way towards Stella's house. Damn, she's thick. Kanika knocks anxiously at the door. Okay, it's open. The interior is cold, and not just physically. There is an absence of joy and life that leaves only a chill behind, the ghost of an empty house and the sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. Okay. She's dead. She's dead. Stella died, and it's my fault. Kanika be the thickest of the land. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this either. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Avery, you're the type of motherfucker to get everybody killed. Avery, you're not white. I do think we should go in. I do think we should go in, though. Cool, I'll be brave and go first. Thank you, Avery. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. The living room was almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm gonna forget that you said that, and just be thankful that it doesn't look like a crime scene. Okay, let's check the kitchen first. Before even reading anything down here, it looks like she attempted to make herself food and then just never finished. She's got the peanut butter lid still open, which I don't know why you would ever do something like that. The bread is open and there's still peanut butter on the knife. Is there anything else that I should be worried about? Am I looking? I don't see any ditchlings. Is there poor dog? I see no ditchling. Oh, this cabinet's opening. And this drawer's open. Whatever she did, she's not here anymore. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, a loaf of bread sits on the counter using a butter knife. She was making a sandwich. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't know what you would call my room. I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Maybe this is a rare peek behind the curtain of the real Stella. Ugh. The real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Alright, let's go to her room. This makes sense. Let me look around. Still no ditchlings in the corner, so we're fine here. This looks a little bit more sense. It's a little bit more lived in. Yeah, this doesn't look concerning at all. You make your way down the hall to what you assume is Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's a usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I should. Does anyone have any more, like, mystery games for me to play? Because, like, I'm good at this. I'm fucking amazing. I'm trying to play AI Somnium Files, the Nirvana Initiative, but I'm having trouble getting the game to run. Other than that, I don't really have any more mystery games. I better not hear a single comment about the room being messy. I wasn't gonna say anything. Let's check the computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on our computer. Isn't that just invasion of privacy? You get to ignore all rules of invasion of privacy when your friend is missing. We already broke in her house, right? For all we know, there could be some kind of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left open. Well, maybe the computer was left open too. Exactly. If there isn't a password, maybe we're supposed to take a peek. Maybe we'll find the first note in an elaborate scavenger hunt she set up overnight. Sure, snoop away, but I'm not going to take part in this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on our monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Whoa, how do we find anything on here? Well, we simply minimize all the windows one by one. You don't? Come on, let's go. Alright, let's check our open tabs. It would take you all day to count the number of tabs in Stella's browser. So numerous, all are her tabs that you can't even see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles are Windows edge to Windows edge. Her most recently opened tab is post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big Has Happened in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day, and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. The camera isn't shaky enough, therefore it's staged? What the fuck kind of response is that? Clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody heard of except your friend's mom? The only thing I'm seeing here when I Google ditchlings is some city in England, though thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Thank you, Lucky Stars! Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG, augmented reality. Hidden. I'm serious. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love Mothman. I didn't realize that man's name was Moth Stan. That's good. Great. I believe you. Lucky you're falling right into our lap. I don't trust you, YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Day continues into the next day. Okay, so one, this is an ARG, I would never. And two, you're going to believe this, but we're not going to believe this. But when we went into the abandoned mine last night to investigate things, I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to the knock we managed to catch on tape. Don't need to listen to that. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into the River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, doughy white beings and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her, or I'm gonna call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying on no self-promo. Thread ends. Poor Stella. Remind me to never be internet famous. Here's hoping my SoundCloud stays niche and underground underappreciated till the day I die. I don't think we're gonna find anything, but can't help checking her search history. She hasn't viewed any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Aside from the expected searches of Tommy knockers and tinchlings, it looks like she has been playing a lot of Sarah that. Okay, I take it back. This is way too personal. I'll just join Kanika in the corner while you wrap things up. See, I told you so. And that's that. No, this is a waste of time. I love seeing someone's room before they've had the chance to clean it up for the companies. Don't care about that. This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? This mess. I don't think there's any clues in here. I don't think so either. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Oh, she still does the corkboard with the string thing. She loves putting those strings up there. I don't think they're actually mean. I don't think they actually mean anything. They're just more for decoration anyway. Alright, let's move on. Interesting achievement name. Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't, but she's definitely missing. I thought I was overreacting this morning, and I hoped that she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Well, then we should... Oscar's a good case, too. Let's check in on Oscar, and then we'll call the cops. Honestly, cops should be our last choice. They're so brave for sleeping in that house after everything we went through. I'd rather sleep in the woods with the ditchlings than some place that was that haunted. Yeah, honestly, Oscar's house is where everybody but me and Tabitha got fucking possessed. Your mom said it's safe, and I'm inclined to believe her. Why would she lie? How would she know that? She's a witch. Magic, probably. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go. I also said it was clean. Morning light streams in through the library's large windows. In bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort. All menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghost, thank God. I was not up for an encore. Yeah, it's gone, just like your mom said it would be. I guess Oscar must be in the back. I know that's where I'd be if I finally got my house back. I've always been surprised at how unsupervised this place is. Sometimes it feels like anyone could just walk in and do whatever they wanted. Like what, steal books? I mean, they could, right? I'm not saying anyone would. I'm just saying that people in this town trust each other a lot. It's nice. Let's go find Oscar. I do not want to be here. There's still no ditchlings here, so I think we're good. Let me just Yeah, no ditchling, so we're good. You make your way back towards the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of day, as if the events of the previous evening were just all a terrible dream. Miraculously, it feels as if the events of the previous evening were mostly just a dream. The hideous stone carving is still buried in the basement, and though it's subtle and subdued, you can still feel the faintest hums of reaching out from it. Okay, well. This hallway really takes me back. It feels like it was only yesterday that we were... You know what? It did not occur to me that I did not give Squid a shout out. Let me do that real quick. There you go. You can have that shout out now. This hallway really takes me back. It feels like it was only yesterday that we were last here, blissfully unaware that our entire lives were about to change forever. It was only yesterday. I know. Kanika knocks on the door. Oscar! Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's so good to see all of you, Ryujin. He takes in the sight of you standing in the bright corridor. I hope you're doing well this morning. Please come in. He looked at me weird because I'm old now. Oh. The doctor's here. And you're still here. Not that I'm upset that you're still here. I just didn't expect you to be here. You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take shots that well. You're being so brave. She's fucking 13. Who can't take a shot at 13? Take a shot? Get their shots. Don't drink, kids. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5, but you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You really are, Rosalina. Like, so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives, and here you are taking it like a champ. Dr. Kelly's kind demeanor vanishes as she turns and glares at you. Oh, I see we have visitors. Wow, you're still a dick. But her glare vanishes as she takes in your new visage, her features softened into a look of more shocking concern. Mr. Gutierrez told me what happened last night, and I must admit I found it hard to believe, but your face... It definitely looks like he had years stolen from you, whatever that means. It's concerning. I'd like to give you a physical. Anything saying that should I go somewhere private? Okay. Yes, please, thank God I need someone to fix me. No offense, Doc, but I don't think the science is capable of fixing ghost magic. I don't have insurance. Dr. Kelly sighs. That's fine. I'll do it pro bono. It can't be good that your appearance changed so dramatically in the few hours since I last saw you, and I'd rather get you this checked out sooner rather than later. Come by the clinic when you can. No, seriously, why was that check earlier not mystical? Because it said you're going to be going to the fucking... whatchamacallit later. How was that not like a mystical check? Her examination finished, Dr. Kelly returns to Rosalina's side. How's Rosalina, Doc? No, let's ask Rosalina. How you doing, Rosalina? Tired. My leg hurts a lot, but the medicine is helping. It's not so bad now. Plus, I got to lie down in an actual bed last night, and you have no idea how good that felt. Thanks, Ryujin. I can't believe you got any sleep at all. Bleh! 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 I can't believe you got any sleep last night after all that ghost stuff. I just sat on the couch with all the lights on. I don't think I slept at all. I really needed some rest after, the hospital and my foot. So what happened was that we found some spooky ghosts in a cave, and the cave caved in and took Rosalina's foot. Your body is desperately trying to get you to rest. All that activity yesterday was pretty brutal on your injury. It's never going to stop hurting if you keep pushing yourself. So, what are you not going to do today? Anything? That's right. You're staying right here. No walking around. No investigating haunted houses. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility as her father. I should have. No need for anyone to step in and take blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. That's what I said! Not exactly like that, but yeah. But give it time, then you can do all the activities you want. Alright, Rosalina? I'm guessing Charlie didn't come back for an encore. Why does everyone seem so chill? Shouldn't you all be traumatized? How else are you supposed to really deal with being fucking possessed? Like, you got possessed. Life moves on. Yeah, how's not? She's not gonna like talking about her son, but how's Reese? He's fine. Had a rough night, but he'll recover. He's used to that sort of thing. He just needs a couple of days to get back on his feet. That means no more excitement, not even a movie. I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Kelly. I don't think he's okay, but what if I wanted to hang out with him again? He's so cool. I'd like to hear that from him, not filtered through you. No. Bro got worked up, started yelling, kind of, and then went to go, no, we're not gonna... Okay, but what if I wanted to hang out with Yuta? My Google Home went off, sorry. I will remain silent on this one. Have any of you seen Stella since last night? Not since dinner. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? So I'm guessing that's a no. No clue where she could have gone. So the problem with that is that Wayne vaguely threatened her life, so that's a bit concerning. She also does not have her dog Gretchen anymore, and we can't get a hold of her on her phone. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. I feel terrible. I should have done a better job at warning her. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. There's no way you could have known how she would react when she found it. I don't think she knew how she'd react. And besides, you didn't know how bad it was going to get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is okay, but sometimes that's just not going to be possible. You're only one guy. That's what Rosalina's always saying. I suppose I do apologize more than I should. You really do. If she believed... I mean, I guess she's looking at living proof, but... Hold on, is that Oscar when he's young? Look at him! Rosalina looks so grumpy. I was warning Dr. Crowley about the carvings and what we felt in the clinic. You found something in Oscar's house last night, a stone carving that gave me and Tabitha a vision about what had happened there. There was one in the mines the other night, too. Both of them had a sort of pull on me. Wherever they are, there's something like that in your clinic. I felt it last night. Those things are cursed. It's only a matter of time before something terrible happens at the clinic. You and Risha have to leave immediately. She's not going to believe that, but we can still say it. Something else is going to happen at the clinic, just like something else happens at Oscar's house in the mines. Have you ever noticed anything weird at the clinic? Would you mind if we looked in? I'm sure it's nothing, but I thought you might want to know. Never mind, it's probably nothing. No, say the mystical thing. No, I don't think we will. Just because you decided to try and involve yourself in everyone's problems doesn't mean I want you to invade my space and try to deconstruct the life I've built. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're a woman of science and everything, but look at my face. I'm old now. You saw me last night and I was not old. All of this is based on what? A feeling? I am literally physically older now. Leave us alone. My son and I are fine without your help. But if something does happen in the clinic, aren't you worried about Reese? If it's anything like what happened to us last night, he'll be fine. If something happens, I can take care of him, so none of you need to come snooping around. That's a fucked up thing to say. Just remain silent. So, you've got your meds, you've got your nest of pillows, and a helpful friend by your side, and a cat to keep you company. Seems like you're all set. Make sure you do a whole lot of nothing today. I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. Yes, thanks again for coming down to see us, Joan. Is it Joan or Joanne? She's Joan until otherwise. Not a problem. I'd much rather she stay put than have to get in and out of cars. I'll call later today and see how things are going. Hope the rest of the week is less eventful for both of you. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? Dr. Kelly turns towards you again, her usual glare absent. Absent, huh? And I hope you'll take me up on my offer, Regent. I'm concerned about you. And then she pushes past you to leave Oscar's house. We'll let you kids have some space. Alexis, why don't you figure out a restful activity for you and Rosalina? Lo-fi! Stuff for that lo-fi. We'll do, Mr. Gutierrez. I brought some video games and some puzzles from my house and some movies, too. Whatever you want to do, Rosalina. Rosalina and Luma. Oscar ushers you down back to the library. Good tea. What's up? Everything okay? Yes, everything's fine, or at least much better than yesterday. Can't thank you enough, Ryujin. I'd like to be as helpful as I can from here on out. Now that our little situation is dealt with, I'll finally have some time to dig into the town archives. Our house was haunted because someone was murdered there. The mines collapse the other night was at the site of a mass grave. With enough research, maybe we'll be able to get a step ahead of the next crisis. Maybe we'll actually preempt it. This is assuming there's going to be a next crisis, but something tells me we aren't in the clear yet. We should compare notes. Not that I have any to start with, but if you know anything that might narrow down my research, it could save me a lot of time. I don't think we actually know that much more than you do, but I've got some hunches. I can't help but feel like there must have been some inciting events since everything started getting weird seemingly overnight. What that inciting event was or where to start looking for, I have no idea. Why is that so loud? It's fine on the capture. I'm still loud enough. Everybody stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once Ryujin got here. Kanika shoots Avery a glare. No, we're not throwing Ryujin under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple of steps away from the whole town deciding to shaw him. Nobody's gonna drag Ryujin into a witch hunt on my watch. Thank you, Kanika. I like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna run around telling everyone that Ryujin's magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's a catalyst for all of this, then why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming back home to Scarlet Hollow? Avery has a point there. But let's see here. If I may, Ryujin getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. Perlan died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time he arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Perlin passed. I think I never thought to make note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. If there's a root cause for all this, hopefully there's a way to put the genie back in its bottle. I'm gonna do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events and whether there are anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. Those carvings I warned Dr. Kelly about are important. I think that there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? And there was one in the mines, and if you're right, there's one in the clinic. Maybe that's what I should be focusing on right now. Jesus Christ, reading. How many of those things are there? If we're lucky, maybe just those 3, but I'd rather not count on it. Good thing Ryujin has an open appointment with the doc. You could look around for clues while you're there. And it's probably a good idea to see her anyways, for your health. One way or another, I'm going to find myself back there soon enough. It's faint, but I can still feel the pull of the clinic door, and it's only getting stronger. Well, you have an open invitation to visit at this point. He has an open invitation for a physical. I don't think Dr. Kelly is going to be too appreciative of him turning into an investigation. We should be more cautious about what we do. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it is to help a friend. I don't know if we can have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? Okay. I wonder if this could be the work of some cult. You mentioned something like that at the library the other day. If there was a cult in Scarlet Hollow, I feel like I'd know about it. I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. Know any local cults that could be responsible? I think the cops are in on it. Maybe it has something to do with the church and the pastor? Okay, I would absolutely believe that Pastor Daniel is a member of some weird cult. Who else would be in the cult, though? Does anyone know any folks around town who are suspicious? For that matter, does anyone in town even regularly attend church? It always seemed like a little dead to me. I know most everybody in town, or at least everybody who comes through the diner with any regularity. And I gotta say, nobody comes to mind. Does it count as a cult if it only has one member? Kind of. If that member is the pastor, then yeah, maybe. His creep level counts for all three normal cultists. Maybe studying the carving here would lead to something new. Not a chance. I know the ghost is probably gone for good, but that thing is evil, and if there's even the slightest chance that going back down there triggers something, it's not worth disturbing. At least not until we know more. My daughter's safety comes first right now. We finally have our house back, and I'm not taking any risks until we know what we're dealing with. No arguments here. Fair enough. Yeah, make sure Pixel stays inside, or we might get grabbed up by the Ditchlings. The Ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces. Yeah, and the English doughboys. I kind of like them. It's like a hidden object game out there. Today, with all the weird little faces peering out of the bushes. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife? I don't want to get friendly with... Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, I have tryptophobia, and I had to explain what tryptophobia was to Amy, and the only way to do it was to, like, show Amy a picture of it, and I keep getting flashes of the image that I showed her in my mind. I fucking hate it. It's gross. I hate it. I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kind of interesting. Teach their own. Will do. I can imagine how devastating Rosalina would be if something were to happen to him, especially after everything she's been through. Whatever we're doing, I feel like we're missing a vital member. We need to go find Stella and fast. We're burning daylight. Let's head out. If it sounds like you got something to work on, we should go back to looking for Stella. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to looking for Stella. I agree. You mean trypophobia? Whatever it's called. As you guys clearly have been noticing, English is not my strong suit. Whatever the small clusters of holes is called, the asymmetric holes, yeah, that. I agree. We need brazen energy if we're going to do anything serious. Yes, I have that too. I hate it. See you around, Oscar. It's such a visceral feeling of nah, I'm good. Nah, bye, pass. Nah. Let us know what you find. I will. Still no ditchlings. Good to know that you have an open invitation to the clinic today. Finding Stella should be our priority, but it wouldn't hurt to check in on Reese later. It wouldn't hurt for you to get a checkup either. Let's go check the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. Here's hoping when he doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. It feels like you walk into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion. Their expression is gravely serious. What's going on? There's a strike at the mines. They've made the diner their base of operations. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's got missing. I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize now, and I can't say I have. Should I be worried about her? I hope not. We're not interrupting anything here, are we? Of course not. Any paying customer is welcome, long as you aren't about to step on anybody's toes or cause a fuss. The miners in the back were too engaged in conversation to notice you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. Sure, the shift schedule are tough, and sure we don't get enough time off for me to see my family as often as I'd like, but this is the best job I can get right now. Listen, kid, you're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, But you think you can weather until you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck, I get it. But the next thing you know, you've lost your years of your life to a company that doesn't give you that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. And that is what I'm afraid of, which is why I'm sitting here doing this Twitch thing, because I am not gonna give the best years of my life to a fucking company that does not care about my well-being. Zex, we could get fired for this. I really need this paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now. I can't get fired. And this job still has perks, like the company housing. I can't afford my own place and send money back home. I don't know where I would live if I didn't have this job. Right, the company housing. How generous of the big boss to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't proper maintenance done in they ain't had proper maintenance done in decades. You know she's using that house as an excuse to pay us less. In the company housing, that means almost nobody in the whole damn town owns the place they live in. It's why the Scarlets can keep getting away with whatever they want. Sax, we don't have the numbers, man. You know this is risky. Riskier than most of us can afford. We would have the numbers if y'all stand with me and not let management scare tactics get to you. It's not scare tactics. It's people like her now. That woman ran into a collapsing coal mine and saved 3 children from being buried alive. I feel you, I really do, but how are we supposed to organize a strike against a town hero? Are you trying to tell me that the mine collapsing less than 2 days ago is why you don't want to strike? It's a bad time, Zax. It's always a bad time, Baker. It doesn't matter whose name is on the deed for the place. Without us, there is no mine. We've got them against the ropes. We can back down now or they'll come out swinging. Are none of you going to comment on how old I am now? Just Ghost stole my years of my life last night. Have any of y'all seen Stella? She's missing. The man has turned towards the doorway, all glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice dropped into a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. Don't care. Don't care. We should get going then. You turn and leave the diner, Avery and Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Before you can suggest your next move, you start to feel woozy. Spots from the edges of your vision, your legs suddenly feel unstable, your body sending you clear signals of exhaustion. And then it passes. Still, it probably won't be long before your body needs a chance to rest. You should plan your next move wisely. Alright, chat, I'm going to let you guys decide. Give me a second so I can set up the poll. I will pause the recording before chat to do this, but I'm going to set up a poll real quick. Then it's fine. I will figure out what I'm going to do on my own. I just saved. I don't know. Nothing here seems more important than any other thing. But if this is the last thing our body's going to be able to do, we should go talk to the cops. Are you sure? Nothing against the officers of Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? Do you think it's worth the trouble? No, but as unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. It's probably going to be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering our bases. Oh dear. Okay. The police station is exactly what you expect from a town size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper, and the general tidiness speaks for a department that didn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You will enter to find Bo and Duke standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Now listen here, Hugby. Big Betty was set to win a blue ribbon, so don't you go telling me it was just a pumpkin. Worked real hard on her to get her that big. Raised her up from a seed. It's just not fair, officer, sir. I understand that, no, but I just don't see what y'all want us to do about it. I know you cared a lot about this pumpkin, but as it stands, this simply isn't a job the police can help you with. Now, if you were able to find some kind of evidence that Julius or somebody else stole this big Betty of yours, then you could get a lawyer involved and take it to small claims court. Dang it, deputy! I ain't finding evidence what y'all supposed. Ain't finding evidence what y'all supposed to be good for. That Julius has been stealing what's rightfully belongs to the Calloways for all of his life, and you folks ain't done not a lick of policing to put an end to it. I told you he was better off handling this ourselves, Daddy. Whoa there, what happened to you? Are you okay, Ryujin? Are you okay, Ryujin? Looks like you got kinda wrinkly since the last time I saw you. Now, Bo, I ain't kinda comment on others' appearances. Though you do look a mite bit sickly. You picked up some disease, have you? I don't want to talk about it. Pleading the fifth, I see. No, I suppose I have to respect that. That's the law, after all. Stella ran off last night and she's missing. She isn't home and none of us have heard from her. She what now? Oh, that's just our Stella always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up. This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be here bothering you if it wasn't something important. Yeah, for one thing, someone threatened her last night. He's been trailing Ryujin since he got to town, too. Shouldn't be off on our own when there's so many ditchlings around. I'm sure you've seen them by now. They're everywhere. Sure, we may have seen some strange animals lately. And we've certainly been getting a lot of calls about them, so either Scarlet Hollow is suffering some kind of mass hallucination, or we've been invaded by whatever they are. But what are you expecting us to do about it? Something! Nigga! Ain't y'all supposed to shoot him or something? Now, son, we ain't animal control, we're the police. Are you kidding me? Does this town even have an animal control department? Well, maybe you should get one. Y'all are no use, y'all know that? Them things has been after our chickens for at least a week now. Open your eyes, boys. There's a strange things afoot. Weird question, but are you folks just part of a cult, or is that why you aren't doing your jobs? Yeah, you know what? Since these motherfuckers don't want to do shit, are y'all part of a cult? Police officer stare at you, perplexed. A cult? I don't think we have that sort of thing up here. We are doing our jobs. Just look at Franklin back there. He's filing all kinds of paperwork pertaining to what happened up in the mines. You know, I can't say I appreciate your tone. Sounds like you're accusing us for some kind of indecency. Yes, what accusing you of being a cult is, dickhead. What do you think we go up into the hills and do seances or rituals, all that sort of thing? Get your head out of the clouds. Looks like you folks are busy. We'll be on our way. Why won't they just do their jobs? Do you really think Hugby and Dickerson could be some part of the cult that secretly runs Scarlet Hollows? That'd be wild. I never suspected of that sort of thing. Seems like it'd be too much work. As someone who's lived in this town my whole entire life, there's no way. For one thing, cult activity like what you're describing just doesn't happen. False. I've done my fair... Maybe you might have a point of it not happening here, but that absolutely does happen. I've done my fair share of reading on satanic panics in so-called occult groups. It's almost total made up. People constantly freak out about Satanists without realizing they're just a bunch of debate club nerds who listen to heavy metal. So instead of not being able to rely on cops because they're part of a cult that secretly runs the town, we can't rely on them because they're just not good at what they do. That's so much less exciting. But either way, I guess it's up to us to solve the mysteries of Scarlet Hollow. Like, we have a whole, literal, actual missing person. They're like, she'll be alright. Like, what the fuck? Where to next? No, there is no where to next. As you consider your next move, your vision blurs, but this time it persists. The weakness in your knees returns. Your ears fill with static, and you feel yourself swaying, unable to control your body. It seems the toll of the pact you made last night is finally catching up with you. Hey, Ryujin, are you okay? Your body crumples to the ground. Oh shit! The general store is just around the corner. Let's get you inside. The bells of the general store welcome jingle welcomingly as your companions drag you across the threshold. You can finally make out the unintelligible mumbling of what must be voices, and then you must fade out once again. That's a little creepy, but we're gonna let that slide. You come to in a chair in a chair in the tea room. Sybil sits across from you with a gentle smile of relief washing over her face as you regain consciousness. It's dark here. The sunlight filtering through the heavy curtains weaken watery, partially supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plants in the corner. Ah, welcome back. It's just the two of us now, I'm afraid. Avery had to go help out at the diner, and Kanika is getting some much-needed bed rest upstairs. I went ahead and made you some tea, dear. It should help you with a bit of your condition. Your eyes drip down to the cup of freshly brewed tea in front of you. It smells light and citrusy with undertones of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. Don't expect it to change your gray hairs back, but at the very least it should make it easier for your mind and spirit to adjust to some of the physical changes you've gone through. Hopefully you'll be a little less exhausted and a little less prone to passing out. And when you're finished, we can use the leaves for reading, or on the house, of course. For a reading, excuse me. I've never seen a fortune-telling reading with tea leaves. That sounds fun. I hope I can learn something from this. Until then, why don't we just chat? How'd you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. Sip your tea. Take out the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. It's a soothing beyond what you would expect out of ordinary tea. There must be something magical at work in this blend. The other day you promised to tell me what was unsavory tales about my mom's use. Quit yanking me around, you gotta tell me something, just come out and... What's with the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. Yeah, okay, let's start with the tales of my mother. I most certainly did. I might have been exaggerating a bit of dramatic effect, but I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlan was a lot like your great grandmother Aberdeen, which is to say she was not a very kind woman. Well, Aberdeen is a fucking murderer, so. Similar to Tabitha, but with a more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as a punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Were they raised by Perlan? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. How young was she? Do you mean as in like she was like 18 kind of young, or do you mean she was like underage young, like a young how? She didn't survive the labor. Or do you just mean young in a metaphorical sense, as in her body was just not physically capable of having children? I feel like I don't know a lot of the women in my family, but what of the men? Did they even fucking exist? I suppose they haven't been very noteworthy since Aberdeen took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have even been Stewart or something, just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling and ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. Fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was one of the one who ended it. What with skipping town and all. What do you know about my grandmother? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died, and the girls were still children. Everybody never spoke about them, nor did your mother. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Handed. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother, or maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced that she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then. Of course, she was born in wedlock, so I assume your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night, she came to me, stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. Alright, well, if you have something to tell me, come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have little pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me the full picture. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup is empty, save for what's left of the rehydrated leaves from the coating the bottom. Sybil wasn't lying when it said it would help your condition. You still feel aged and warm, but you're a little less tired and a little mentally sharper than you were a few minutes ago. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now on to business. God, I love tea. Sybil takes the cup from you and staring at it thoughtfully down to the sledge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit into the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. There's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. Which cat? I know two. I know the cat that Tabitha has, and I know the cat that Pixel is. I'd like to see. I'm sure it wouldn't make much sense to most people, and probably would just look like a confusing mess of old leaves, but you're free to take a look. No, I have no idea what I'm looking at. This, in fact, just looks like a mess. It's just leaves. There's no pattern, nothing swimming together in the dregs of your tea to give you any warnings or premonitions. After a long moment, Sybil takes the cup back from you. I hope that settled your curiosity. Don't worry if you couldn't make sense of it. It takes years to learn this sort of thing, even for someone with your propensities. She winks considerably. Conspiratorially. Cat's gotta be Pixel, or maybe it's Frau. Those are the two cats I know. Or is it literally, or do they mean hypothetically? No, hypothetically? Metaphorically, that's what I want. Those are two cats I know. The cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight. Probably a human enemy, but almost certainly not a cat. You don't have to figure out the answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you is not to be trusted. Someone close to me is not to be trusted. While the one acting the most suspicious is Stella, Stella's the one that's acting the most suspicious, but I don't want to distrust her. I can't think of any possible reason why it would be Stella, but I can't think of a possible reason for anybody to be betraying me. The closest one to the one that makes closest amount of sense, logically speaking, is Tabitha. But that doesn't make any fucking sense because she just wants to move on with her fucking life, right? Just do her work and then die quickly. That's all she wants. Avery's kind of sus too, but this is why I don't like being told that. You start looking at everybody differently now. Avery has had a knack for excitement, but I can't imagine it would be him. I guess on the quote unquote betraying me, my two top contenders are Tabitha and Stella. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carving seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Yes, in the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return to it and open it and see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can find her there. What's important now is that seeing what's hidden in the clinic. I fought another in the clinic. That's good. If you could find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly about you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story, and she never locks any of the doors up there. Why do you know that? Just in case that's helpful information. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. All you did was look at some teas and tell me to go put myself in danger. That's true. That is all she did. So why aren't you coming with me? I may be able to see through the spirit's illusions, but I'm not some kind of powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine having been in those bonds with you. Some use I'd be, struggling to climb over the rocks and ladders, throwing my back out from all the crouching. Well, I'll let you know if I find everything. So Becca loves games, who was here earlier. She doesn't trust Sybil. I do trust Sybil because I have no reason not to trust her, and she's been helping me out a lot. If she was some kind of not fun entity, it wouldn't make sense for her to help me out. In fact, it would make more sense for her to throw me off her trail. So that, I don't know. Glad to hear it. Hope it all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. Tea is life, goddammit. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up on the table and you're scattered back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room, and the bells of its door strangely flatten what? Sybil closes the door in the tea room, and the bells of its door strangely flatten in the stale air for nearly an empty general store. Couldn't be Miles. Miles doesn't give a fuck. Talk to Miles. You see any weird rocks in town? No, I'm done hanging around rocks after the whole thing in the mine. Fair enough. Go surreal, just so you know. Yeah, I know. I have YouTube. Is your mom a witch? Yeah, she's way too obvious about it if you ask me. It's pretty cool, though. Kanika has a cold, huh? Yeah, I guess. Wow, do you like my sister or something? I mean, I don't like her. I mean, I don't know. I haven't given too much thought about it. She's worried about it. No, she kind of sucks. Remains silent. Yeah, she's single? Yeah, she hasn't really dated around much. You could do better, though. Just saying. Let's go check it on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You might as well make your way upstairs. Yo, Kanika. Mom, I really don't need any more tea, and I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Ryujin, what's up? Can I come in? I was hoping we could spend a little time together. Yeah, let me just straighten up. You hear frantic crumpling and clicking of shoveling as she tidies her room. Okay, come in. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. I had to do something real quick. I am back. How you doing, Iko? How you doing? I think before the last time you were here, someone gave 2 gift subs, and you managed to get one. So congratulations on that, man. You got emotes now. All right, Kanika. Kanika is letting us in her place. Okay, come in. Oh, come on. Let's see. No, it's just a bell. I'm trying to keep a lookout for any ditchlings, but I don't think there's anything here. Kanika's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and the present. Faded stickers hid from her childhood line our bookshelf, and boxes of packaged belongings sit in the corners of her room. Sit in the corners of her room, excuse me. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of this place. Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and will knock you out of other romantic arcs with other characters. We can come back to that one. Let's just say that for a little bit. Packing for something? Looking beautiful today. Thank you, Amon. Looking gorgeous yourself, big man. Packing for something? You motioned to the stack of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. Dude, same. How you doing, Amy? You're back. I am back. Iko, how you doing today? It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'll be staying here long term, so I just thought I'd pack it up again eventually. That's what I did! I could be better, Iko, but I'm not gonna complain. Calling Amon pretty, what a lie. Hey, just because you're not beautiful, it doesn't mean you gotta hate on Amon. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting here unopened for a long time. By any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get out of here, get out of town. Any day now. So, hey, Kanika, I kind of like you. You're, well, for one, you're goth. I don't know. That's kind of, for whatever reason, that's, like, really high on my priorities on a person. So, like, you should get bonus points for that. So, for one, you're goth. 2, you thick as hell. And 2, you're really smart, and I kind of like that. Reach out to hold her hand. I know we've been playing with each other for the past few days, but I think it's about time to get some... Your style is impeccable, but I think I need a new accessory. I know I've only just known you for a little for a couple days, but I really care about you. I guess I just want to let you know. Kanika is the kind of person that kind of like gets flustered at like real like some strong confidence, so I'm gonna go with this one. Your style is impeccable, but I think you need a new accessory. Me. Kanika bursts out laughing. Is that some kind of pickup line? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Sorry, parents. You know how that goes. Wow, it really shouldn't have worked, but somehow you pulled it off. Yeah, see? Told you. Congratulations, you've endeared yourself to me. Sure, I'll carry you around like a... I'll carry you around in my purse like a little dog. Sounds cute. We still have to find Stella, and I'm not going anywhere without you. But where do we go? I've got the appointment in the clinic. It's a good opportunity to check in with Reese, too. And then to see what's behind that door. I was hoping to see Reese sometime today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella and, you know, make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Let's do it. Creepy scene. You two make your way back to out into the hallway, hand in hand. That is incredibly creepy. But before making it to the stairs, lights turn on, startling you both. Oh, I thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have lots of energy, and I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you shouldn't. You just haven't been yourself these past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. You shouldn't get between a mother and her daughter. Someone knows what's best here, and Kanika is more than capable of speaking for herself. Those thoughts aren't yours. Clear your head. Oh! Oh! This is my favorite stat period in any game. Oh my god. Those thoughts weren't yours. Clear your head. Something ain't right here. Sybil, what was in that tea? Shotgun, lemon balm, dear. The same blend. Every shared with you the other day. Why are you talking about the tea? I have to go and install Linux later and for you, love you. Bye, Eco. Have fun. I really want to succeed this, so I'm going to save here. Let's just go, Kanika. Trying to guide Kanika towards the stairs, but it's like she's rooted to the floor. Kanika sighs. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run off the other day. That was so irresponsible of me. That's alright, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't, and it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover. Then you can get back to all this town mystery business. Ryujin, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom's right, Ryujin. You can go without me. See you later, okay? Nope. Alright, we are safe skipping the fuck out of this. Sybil, you can't expect to control your adult daughter like this. Kanika sighs. No, my mom is right. I'm neglecting the general store. Oh, can we not succeed this? If we can't succeed this, I'll just choose the first thing I chose anyway. Lady, you being real creepy. Nope. I don't think we can succeed this. We have to do this. Kanika, don't buy into this bullshit. Alright, we can't succeed this. We have to do this without Kanika. Alright. Let's just go, Kanika. We can't. Before you can utter another word, Kanika returns to her room. Simba's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to the main street alone. Ah, man. Make your way up to the familiar hill, past the rows and ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. All right, there are hella darklings here, and a raccoon. It isn't long before, but why would she? If she's being creepy, is it just something that's going on and she happens to be part of it, or is she the reason why shit is creepy? It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you could already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. It's time for your checkup. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about wrapped around the back of the old hospital, like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. As soon as you finish your thoughts about jumping onto the terrace, a dull throb sets into your knees. There's no way you're doing that. But you're not sure you even need to jump. You used to be quite the Casanova in high school, and back in the day, you learned two things. First, that the second floor of a residential building is never locked, and second, the skills needed to take advantage of that security fall. No judgmental parents ever managed to get into the way of you and your high school flames. Um, I don't think it matters which way we go in. I'm just gonna go in through the clinic door and no one will see me. You found at times that if you haven't wished to be seen, there's been nothing stopping you from remaining hidden. The graveyards, abandoned buildings, and old tunnels, you've been in all sorts of strange and unusual places without incident, and for some reason, tonight Dr. Kelly's clinic feels no different. You haphazardly make your way over to the old wooden stairs of the clinic's wraparound porch, taking the steps in strange patterns. To an outside observer, you might appear to be drunk, but there is an unconscious method to your unconscious madness, even though you would be hard pressed to describe it. But there's no creak or moan of ancient wood as you make your way up to the store in silence. You push the door open and slip in. You can see the doc at the desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently and watch her closely. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. What? You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, that nagging pull of whatever wanted you to find it. You're here now, and it knows you're here, and you know exactly what it is. Another stone carving eager to show you its secrets. That was a very weird thing there. But I assume they mean free, as in you know what you're doing here. Is it really your choice? I think that's what they meant by that. You've been caught by its gravity and overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards the dark doorway under the stairs. I'm taking off my headphone. It's been left ajar as if it's inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. What the fuck? The lights click on. You're in a morgue. Ryujin? He squints, seemingly unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? Vampire! You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. I'm Am I interrupting something? No, I was just practicing, I guess. Sometimes I just come down here to rehearse. I'm not gonna lie, that's fucked up. Rehearse, you say? I'm not gonna say anything about that. His words seem to seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance as your eyes wander to the back of the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hands gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the black white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of looked possessed there for a second. You good? Make him understand. Use your words. Do not let his fervor do not let this fervor consume you. Be present in the moment. You instead. This is really weird that my stats are now just telling me what I'm doing, as opposed to me having the choice of being able to choose what I'm doing. You inhale deeply and take in your surroundings. You can't help but notice that one of the body storage drawers is labeled Perlan Scarlet. Okay, this is an explorer, so I'm going to do that, but let's look at all the options. Examine your aunt's body. The mines had a stone carving of the other night as at Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions and I can sense one on the other side of this wall. I need to see it. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. Let me inside. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind the wall. I need to get behind the wall. There's a stone carving on the other side of the wall, and I need to see it. Let me look at my aunt's body. You step forward and pull out the drawer. So this is your aunt Perlan, a coal baroness of the Scarlet Mines and the local she-devil that seemed no one, not even her own daughter, was able to mourn. It's not the first corpse you've seen, but it feels the same as any other. She's an empty body now. The warmth and energy of a life now dissipated, the same as your mother was, and the same as you'll be one day. Cold air rises from her bluish skin, her vacant, filmy eyes staring up at nothing. You try to imagine what she might have looked like alive and breathing, slinging subtle insults at the townsfolk, but it's hard to picture any kind of expression on a face so stiff and cold with death. Making sure she didn't walk off? Poker just to be sure. With everything going on lately, it's good to check. It's so weird that the first time I'm meeting her is like this. I wouldn't be surprised if she did. A judgmental zombie would be just my luck. Do you know how to check for signs of murder? Just wondering. She's totally faking it, but she's behind everything. Slide the drawer back in. Having seen what there was to see, you slid the drawer back into place. I don't think that gave me anything I cared about, so. Alright, the mines had a stone carving the other night, as did Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions, and I can sense one on the other side of this wall, and I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if we really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get it out of get the dock out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the dock out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick or need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time, it's true anyway. Use what you got to get what you need. No shame in that. Exactly. Yes, please, axe now. Thanks for understanding. Don't mention it. If there's something I can do to actually be useful, I'm happy to help. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway. at the top of the stairs as a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run out on Main Street anyway. I go pick up some orange juice and keep some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear the footsteps move down the hall and then the front door opening and closing. It worked? The theatric rasp left his voice, excitement rising in his place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious where it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. Ugh. Whew. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an exit here. He's right. Looking around. A curious glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medicinal supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. I will read them. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Let's start with Enoch. Enoch seems the most important. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9th, 1887, died August 20th, 1957, age 69. Nice. Cause of death: fall from a cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organ sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. Aberdeen's death certificate. Born April 9th, 1913, again with the 9th, died February 12, 2003, age 89. Again, 1 year before a solid 10 number. Cause of death: heart failure, signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Scarlet. Pretty normal, almost made it to 90. Died of an old person illness, I guess. Oh, yeah. Cause of death: sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. Her middle name is Chrysanthemum? No, I'm sorry, it's autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. I feel like that was forbidden knowledge. Other death certificates. You flip through a few of the other skeletons whose names aren't quite familiar. Okay. No, the 9 thing wasn't an important detail. Born May 24th, 1890, died in 1918, age 28. Cause of death: crushed in a mine collapse. Jesus Christ. Body not recovered, signed by his brother, Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, 1914, died June 7th. Louis Scarlet, born 1920, died 1944. Okay, these are the two boys. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardines' brothers. Certificate of fetal death: infant boy Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered April 3rd, 1945, stillbirth. Mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death: complications during birth. No doctor present. Home burial. Alexandra Scarlet, born December 12th, 1947, died August 20th, 1957, age 9. There's a 9 again. Missing, presumed dead. Signed with the mother, Aberdeen Scarlet. Mary Bell Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946, died October 30th, 1963, age 17. These are all really early deaths except for those, 2. Cause of death: complications during childbirth, signed by her mother, Edwardine Scarlet. Oh, that's my mom. No, it wasn't. Was her mother's name Alexandra? Can't remember. Well, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Time to whip out the old string and corkboard. Reese's eyes flick up the doorway, and a second later, you hear the sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand on your shoulder, before you can even register what's happening. You're pushed uh, back and out of view into the front door. Shit! I'm not supposed to be in here. We gotta hide. He rushes to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip inside and squish yourself into the what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close to your heels. Oh man. Together, you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper in the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear from wherever she was in the house. You better wait a second, just in case. Two of you stand in intense silence, both crammed in the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. The footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards, broadcasting her location, all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. The footsteps return. They get louder, approaching the open office door, and then they stop. Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. We're in the clear. We've probably only got a minute or two till she comes back, so let's make it count. The medical supply room is probably our best bet. If any other room in the clinic is likely to have fire exits, it's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. He motions you down the hallway, slipping through a slightly ajar door of what you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. Keys. Here we go. He rushes over to the cabinet that contained a bright red axe, pulling the glass door open. Your axe? Now we can... Reese pauses, turning to listen intently. That was the door from the house. Come on, if we hurry, we can get you back downstairs. I'll run interference. Go downstairs, quick. You can hear her approaching now, the floorboards creaking in the hallway on the other side of the office. You follow Reese's instruction, once again, starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters from down from above. I was right. We did already have juice. It was in the back of the fridge. But there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to get rest. Oh, I'm just going to chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending the time down there. It can be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna change the scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know if when it's time for dinner. You hear the door at the top of the stairs close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in your fluorescent lit room below. Hey. You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Fair enough, you got me there, bro. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy. It's exactly like the cover we needed. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the side of the wall. Wall now, yes? Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance, but there is some structure behind it, some of the wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your own effort. Holy shit! The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place into an already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound of the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. And you climb into the hole. This is wild! I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. probably just gonna pass out when I find the thing, so don't be too worried about me. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm probably gonna pass out when we find this thing, so don't be too worried. I'll be fine. Thanks for the heads up. You step forward into the unknown. You don't know. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The final wall concealing the carving is rotten. Water damage has eaten away at the wood over the course of the unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to stardust. You tear into it. Found it. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. And they said there's nothing they can do. Never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I gonna do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found that's an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I wanted to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted out. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. So, I'm going to immediately assume that Sybil is the witch. I still like her, though. That's cool. That's right, Doctor. At this point, I think it's safe to say his body was never recovered. Whoever it was who claimed to be Theodore, it wasn't him. He wasn't even paralyzed, as it turns out. Just some grifter trying to take advantage of the tragedy. Everything goes black. Did he... What? Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two for you to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with a concern of curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. I know you warned me this might happen, but are you good? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figure you wouldn't want to come to in the morgue. I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have some of those sometimes too. I used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my head would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. This one of those death records is murky. I don't think Teddy died in the mine. My family has its secrets. My family has secrets, dude. That's a weird thing to cover up, but that's not too surprising. My old family an old family like that usually has at least a few secrets, but hopefully that's all ancient history. Sound like it's easy to cover up deaths these days, right? So, what now? We might be stuck down here for a little bit. Duck is on a warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down right now. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked your door? It was just a precaution. I don't think I can underestimate her at this point. For the first time in a while, I don't feel like a roadkill. I'd rather keep it that way. I don't need her coming down here and forcing any medicine on me and doing God knows what to you to keep quiet. Heck yeah, sleepover. I think it's just time to figure out a plan. That's what I thought. We shouldn't underestimate her. If I have these weird memories, I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now, I think she used tranquilizers on me. Other times I think I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of these memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe in my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. But wait until she's asleep, then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. Let's get more info on that. Why didn't you take your medicine? Because it makes me feel like shit. I was fine yesterday until the doctor made me take my pills, and I was fine all day today. What's the harm in going a day without, right? Now that I'm not taking it, it's like all the weird little memories have come rushing back. Bad memories. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think she wants me to be healthy. I don't think she wants me to see people. And now that I'm waking up to the truth, I don't think there's any going back for either of us. Let's find a distraction to keep us until it's safe to leave. Distraction seems like a good idea, and as you can probably tell, I'm a little jittery. Doesn't feel awful, to be honest. What if your mom doesn't fall asleep? You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't think I don't even think I should call her the doctor. She's just a woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rear view mirror for the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we could figure something else out. The windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I'm assuming it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we could try to break them anyway. Do whatever it is you do to kill time, preferably something that'll help me ignore my mountain anxiety. I'm chill with whatever, just go with the flow. I believe you owe me a showing of Shinochi, Deathblood. I believe I do. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to this sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn movie, but the dread is managing to build its palpable. The dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time with all the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that its inhabitant has been practically homebound since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings. Oh, it's analog horror then. Kind of. Then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Or talk to people. Ever. You can hear the difference in energy in how now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of medicine. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Something is changing inside of him. Reese, do you feel different? Like your whole personality is changing? Is everything okay? Everything's more than okay. I haven't felt this good in... I don't think I've ever felt this good. A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into the wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. Did he get possessed? I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together, you can realize how some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, with the entire reality turning out to be a lie. His entire reality. But he's also talking over the movie. It's more than just something that's changing in Reese. It's everything. There's a knock at the window. Oh, hi. Hi, Wayne. How you doing? Ryujin, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. It's that voice who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get you out of the house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't gonna hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. No, that's not true. He did step on that ditchling. Even if the ditchlings are some kind of like omen and they're like relatively harmless in the grand scheme of things, he did hurt somebody. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Reagent. The window shatters. Are you good? What the fuck is happening? As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles... what? As Reese tears out of his clothes, paint bubbles out of the canvases and his ghoulish features peeling themselves out of the two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us up. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement windows are sealed off and went along with it. Okay, well, you're clearly different. I don't know what to do about this, though. The change that has been brewing as it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, weighing along with it. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. Chat? I'll let you fuckers decide. I'm pausing the recording so we can do the poll. Alright, well. Nobody did anything. So, I'm gonna choose to make a break for it. I'm gonna break a break for it. See you, Reese. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. You run upstairs. The door is blocked by the chair. And then it's blocking by something else, too. Try to tear through them. You toss the chair out of the way and do your best to clear through the paintings covering the door. It reforms and regenerates too quickly for you to claw your way through. Defeated, you turn back to the basement. The remainder of Reese's paintings await you as at the artist's command. It's okay. Stay right there. I can take care of this. And then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. Call Tabitha for help. No. Trying to warn Dr. Kelly. No. You're not sure who to help. Best follow a reason and see how things play out. Try and leave? Wait for a reason in the basement. Good lord. Try to leave. You bound up the basement stairs and rush to the front door. You pull, but it's sealed shut by its constructs. Tabitha? Hey, where are you? I'm in the clinic. I think Dr. Kelly's in danger. There's a monster on the loose. What? Don't move a muscle. I'm coming to get you. Your cousin hangs up the phone. Try to warn Dr. Kelly? You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday, intrigued, now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. The clinic now holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house of the proper doctor's office, there is a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out of his chest, heaving heavy breaths and drug courses through his system. You're gonna have to try harder than that, you... No. How did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out from between the cracks in the wood. Reese is panicked, pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place. At the top of the stairs is by sifting globs of paint. Right after Dr. Kelly, run to a nearby room. Dr. Kelly's probably the safest place to be with right now. You run forward, braving the onslaught of smears, dodging them as best you can to try to see where the doctor went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You, Ryujin! I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can get help from... Reading! I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What do I do? The hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they never knew. They don't know the half of it. I need to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. I need to get you to the medical storage room. Head to the medical storage room. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black tape key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled Carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Hi, you're very ugly. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good. You should hear this. Ryujin, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anyone else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? Do you have a fin now? But dorsal fin? What? Reese, what are you, bro? And shove me back down in the basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous, she's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's been taking from me. None of these options are fucking good. He has a point, Doc. I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Can't you two just get along? I don't feel like I should be getting in the middle of this. I just want to go home. I'm on Reese's side. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. Wayne, help me. Wayne, help me! He's a little tied up at the moment. Not anymore. Reese cries out in pain. Oh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with the small square of the black tape to match the key. She certainly is an organized woman. Head to the safe room. You make your way to the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, suddenly breaking apart the massive painting sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long. You slip past her in the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters on the across the cement floor. Sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. You probably have a few minutes before he gets here. Alright, let's talk Reese. No, okay. What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here, and then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And if you can't, doesn't really change much. Whether he's willing to be captive or unwilling to be captive, it doesn't matter. He's still either my constant supervision or he's dead. That's just how it has to go. While we're at it, is there any other secrets you're keeping? Maybe if we both survive, I might decide to share a few more if you don't go telling anybody. Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before. Maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this eventuality. He's an adult now, and there's only so much I can do to control him. When'd you find out? A little after he hit puberty. Excuse me, he had all the usual urges, then a few extra. Thick-nailed, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder, and then had checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple of inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off and more maybe a hallucination, but the second time it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure this was something beyond my realm of expertise. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps on Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. It's just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day, and I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis excuse me. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. She boinked a demon. But then, all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. What is he? At first, I thought it was some kind of werewolf. That's what I thought. But if he is, he doesn't follow any of the full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. It's like he's a shark. He's a weird werewolf, vampire shark thing. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. It'd be fascinating to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number 1. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happened any time he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine if he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of the major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. Fair enough. Why not just kill him? You think I haven't tried? Oh, shit! At the very least, poison isn't the way to do it. I haven't resorted to any violent measures. Maybe if he was weak and they knew where to hit him, someone could do it. But I just can't bring myself to do that kind of thing to him. I couldn't look him in the eye while I did that, and then he'd be gone. I don't want him to be gone. He's my kid. I love him so much. He has a lot to offer the world, even if he's stuck in his room for the rest of his life. The relationship between you two seems difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like I was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, a kid grows up and they change, sometimes for the worse. This is part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. Why did you start poisoning him? Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was just medicating his illness. It started when he was. What does that even mean? It started when he was around 15. I'd been giving him increasingly high doses of Clonopin? What the fuck is Clonopin? Google Senpai, what is Clonopin? Clonazepam. Sold under the brand name of Clonopin, or Rivotril, is a medication used to prevent and treat seizures, panic disorders, and anxiety disorders, and the movement disorder known as akathisia. Is a tranquilizer of the benzodiazepine class. But his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if he ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all the drugs. It was already suspicious that I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution, I took it, and I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Who approached you and what do they say? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it, I might die tonight, so sure, I'll tell you. It was... And that's all I have to say about that. What the fuck was that? It had to be Sybil. It had to be Sybil, and fucking whatever tea she gave me, cut that out. It was Sybil. I don't want to talk about that woman. It was either Pearline or Sybil. What is this room? Old X-ray room, lead walls. After I realized the whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with some special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. Sanitizer furnace. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. Sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside of this unsafe room. Shit, this might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Well, if that's what you were so afraid of. Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. I could tame the beast. You know what? We haven't really been using hot this whole entire time. I will try it. She's only doing this to protect herself. Show her you're not a monster. Back down. But she's... He stammers, his unnatural, stretched mouth struggling with words. For God's sake, Ryujin, get away from him! He stares up at the woman at the doorway behind you. There's something pain in it and his expression beyond the rage he feels for her. As his gaze returns to you, sadness in his eyes. I'm not a monster. Oh no. Oh no, it's because I called Tabitha. Ah, fuck. I was wondering how that would come into play. I thought she would just be in danger. God fucking damn it. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on Reese's writhing body. What the hell are you doing, Ryujin? Get away from that thing. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Save Reese. Good lord. You step forward, filling the space between Tabitha and the whipping Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he sits propped against the wall. Out of my way, Ryujin! He's okay, Tabitha. He's not going to hurt anyone. Back off, Tabitha. This is none of your business. Let me handle this. Oh, sure, because you were doing such a great job. That thing was about to eat my cousin. That thing is my son, Miss Scarlet, and despite appearances, he is still human. Don't talk about him like he's some wild animal. Quick, Ryujin, he's fixing himself. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of the way, and or I'll have to make you. Her threat is interrupted as Reese scrambles past you, knocking Tabitha's gun to the side and stumbling down the hall towards the entrance to the clinic and in the freedom beyond. What in the ever-loving... He pauses for a second, staring longingly back at you from his almost unruined face. And then he's gone. His smears leaving with their creator. Shit! 3 of you charge down the hall after him. But he's long gone, door to the clinic hanging open, the night beyond seemingly empty. Great job, Ryujin. You set a monster free on the populace. If you just gotten me the tranquilizers, this would have been all over by now. And he would have been locked away forever. He can learn to live like this if you just let him. Or he might run around and start eating people. Do you have to see the worst in everything? I don't know. Maybe Ryujin was right to protect him. Maybe I've been contributing to all this. The 2 of you should leave. You left behind quite a mess for me to clean up, but I need some time with my thoughts. Not a word to this to anyone, or there will be hell to pay. Come on, Ryujin, let's go. 2 of you make your way to the bottom of the hill where Tabitha's car is parked among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential streets. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried calling her a couple times, but I kept getting her stupid voicemail. Yes. Shit, let me think. It's a long shot, but there's a place that might be worth checking out. We're going on a hike. After a bit of a trek, you and Tabitha stop by an edge of two-lane road near town limits. They're sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. She's alive, thank God. She sounds more exasperated than relieved. You should go talk to her, Tabitha. She'd probably be glad to see you. I don't know. We've got baggage. I'll just make things worse. No, you're right. She's been practically begging for us to be closer than we are. It's time I stopped letting my dead mother dictate who I'm allowed to talk to. But I'm not talking to her alone. We're doing this together. Fine, fair enough. 2 of you join Stella, perching on an old log on the other side of her. God, Ryujin, that ghost really did a number on you. I'm so sorry. You had Ryujin worried all day, you know. And it looks like you got into some trouble too, Ryujin. All covered in blood. I'm covered in blood? I think a lot of paint, actually. Paint? What? This is where your parents died, right? Honestly, with the way she was sitting in the back of the car, I wondered that she came out completely unscathed. Oh, her head. Oh my god, it decapitated her parents. So because she was laying down, that is the only reason why she didn't fucking die. Have you been sitting here all day? Yeah. Just waiting. Silence falls over the 3 of you, the wind rustling in the leaves and the sound of the night insects carry on around you, muted in the still night. Nothing happened, though. It's probably for the best. Tabby, did I do something wrong after the accident? What? There's whole years in my life that I feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. Did I do something to push you away? No. All you wanted to do was talk to me. But Perlan wouldn't let you near me. Oh. Talk about the size. That's not true. I was an adult when the accident happened. It doesn't matter what Perlan wanted. I need to stop hiding under my mother's coat every time I make a bad decision. I pushed you away, Stella, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Tabby. I've missed you. I've missed you too. Still, fuck Perlan, though. Fuck these birds, am I right? You have no idea how happy I am to see you two getting along. How about a toast to the Dead Moms Club for bringing us all together? I see Ryuji's infecting me with this terrible sense of humor. To the Dead Moms Club. To the Dead Moms Club! The three of you stare out into the quiet night. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know whether I wanted to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened. Oh, and that's why she dipped out. And I ran out of here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Do you want to say goodbye? Stella sits in silence for a long moment, her breath slow and uneven. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response. No response comes. But she smiles, a lively glimmer returning to her sad eyes. That kind of felt better. I don't think I realized how much I kind of trapped myself in my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it, you two. Stella straightens up and stretching her back. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. Wait, before we go, we should tell you about what happened today. Oh? Are you sure about that, Ryujin? It's too late. The cat's out of the bag, and now you have to tell me about your misadventures. You and Tabitha relay the events of the evening as best you can. Saying it out loud somehow makes it feel less real, like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened to you. Oh my god. So he's just out there somewhere, all monstery? You could thank Ryujin for that. This is a lot to take in. I've known the guy for pretty much my whole life, and I had no idea. Hope he's okay. You know, I think processing just one traumatic event is enough for the day. And this new one's going right into the void. At least until we get to the end of the week. Three of you make your way back to through the woods before arriving at Stella's house. This is me. Thanks again, you two. It's time for us to get back to the estate region. Tabby, wait, before you go. Stella wraps your cousin in a tight hug. Don't be a stranger, okay? Never again, I promise. You and Tabitha quietly return to the estate, both of you impossibly exhausted by today's events. I've got to crash. I'll see you tomorrow. She heads to the bed without another word. Go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. As your eyes sink, you realize something smells off about your room. It smells rotten. You jolt awake as the door grates. Don't look so frightened. I was just gonna say goodnight. And to give you a word of advice. Tabitha won't be around tomorrow. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. You might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. Wait. Wayne pauses at the door. Yes. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Aren't you going to lecture me? Why are you following me around? Why not Stella, Tanika, or Sybil, and why not Tabitha? First off, let's thank him. Thanks for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly, I wasn't so sure. But now I know. I should be able to make a quick work of him next time. He's just misunderstood. He's not complex enough to be misunderstood. He's a permissible walking weapon that spends all of his time feeling sorry for himself. It would be best for the world if he were put down. Why are you following me around? Why not anyone else? Because you're special. But why am I special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. I found my family's death records today. Things aren't adding up. Good. You're starting to see the holes then. Look for more. Good night, Reed. Oh, well, okay. Well, Wayne leaves your room and closes the door behind him. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that now the daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You think for a moment about calling Kanika, but you're just too tired to even bother. You close your eyes, exhausted your body... What? You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to the sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese out in the woods, somewhere truly free for the first time in his life. And then you think of nothing. Okay, yeah, no, that's actually it now, this time. Alright, well... This will not be the first time you see the credits, so I'm gonna leave it there. That alone for right now. But I guess... I guess what we gotta do is we gotta see who we gotta raid now, alright? Okay, so... First things first, let me check to see who's playing Scarlet Hollow, if anyone. Looks like it's just me. Okay, so Obsidian is just chilling. Bite is playing League. You know what? Bite doesn't normally play League, so we're going to go ahead and raid him. Alright, guys. I will be back on later today, but for now, I will leave you in the loving care and embrace of Bite. This game is fucking amazing. I'm kind of upset that it's not finished yet because I want more. But yeah, I'll be back on later today, play some Final Fantasy XIV, getting back into the grind of things. So until later today, I will see you. Bye. Yeah.